Welcome back to The Rundown. Well, using the power of social media, the World Jewish Congress has launched an initiative whose aim is to commemorate the Holocaust, combat anti-Semitism, and all forms of xenophobia. It's called the We Remember campaign, and last year it reached hundreds of millions of people across the globe. Culture correspondent Maya Margit takes a look at what's in store this time around.
We survived the Holocaust.
It's a campaign to commemorate the Holocaust and combat anti-Semitism. And it's part of an annual initiative known as We Remember. The World Jewish Congress, an organization representing Jewish communities around the world, is behind the drive, which is a lead-up to International Holocaust Day on January 27th. They're hoping millions around the world will participate. How? By holding a We Remember sign and sharing it on social media. Or by using the hashtag We Remember.
We asked 6 million people
to hold these signs.
Millions did.
WJC President Ronald Lauder said the campaign is now more important than ever, as there are fewer and fewer living survivors left. Last year, the We Remember initiative reached 250 million people worldwide, with many familiar faces taking part, like U.S. Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer, Israeli President Reuven Rivlin, and Austrian Chancellor, then Foreign Minister Sebastian Kurz. We Remember runs until International Holocaust Day. From January 24th to January 27th, We Remember photos posted on social media, together with interviews of Holocaust survivors and messages from public figures, will be broadcast in a live projection on the grounds of the Auschwitz-Birkenau concentration camp.
Please, don't forget. Please, please,
Please, please.
please, don't forget. Please, don't forget.
Well, our culture correspondent, Maya Margit, now joins us for more. And Maya, when you think of social media and a phenomena like anti-Semitism and xenophobia, usually you think in a negative sense. You think of the way social media has helped spread these phenomena, regrettably. What does the WJC hope to achieve with this campaign?
Well, this is the second time they've launched this campaign. They started it last year, and this is just showing the move towards social media and how it's now becoming a part of Holocaust education to include social media in these things. But this year, really, the point is, the primary goal is to have Holocaust remembrance, to bring it to a new generation of people, as there are fewer and fewer living survivors. And it's not just about Holocaust remembrance, it's also about racism, xenophobia. So they are pointing to other massacres, other things that have happened, and a more current one, like the Rohingya in Myanmar. And also Darfur and other things that happened in the past, the Armenian genocide. But I think that the main goal is also to point towards rising anti-Semitism. And as you mentioned, social media can be positive and it can be negative. There's misinformation spread on social media, but you can also use it as an educational tool.
It's a pretty wide scope from what you say. It's about xenophobia around the world. So who's taking part in this campaign?
Well, so far it's just been launched a few days ago, and there are some people who have participated, most notably India's chief imam, Umar Ame Ilyasi, who's oversees 200 million Muslims in India. You have Maccabi Tel Aviv, Maccabi Haifa sports teams in Israel. You have Representative Ed Royce, the chairman of the U.S. House Foreign Affairs Committee. And this is just at the beginning. What usually happens with this campaign, at least what happened last year, is that more and more political figures and leaders and actors and celebrities posted towards the end of the campaign, which culminates on January 27th, International Holocaust Day. So we have to stay tuned and see closer to the date who's going to be posting. It's really big on social media right now. I mean, I was keeping track of it. Every minute, at least a few people were posting with it.
Right now, the hashtag We Remember, that is at the centerpiece of this campaign. I want to pick up on something that you said about social media could be used as an educational tool. Again, it seems like often in these days we have a very negative view of sort of social media. In what way do you think, especially on the issue of the Holocaust, it's a very complex thing. It's something that's very difficult to reduce to the simplicity that we associate with social media. So how do you think it could help in Holocaust education?
I think it's becoming basically the next frontier in Holocaust education, because they are trying to impart Holocaust education in a different way, a way that's not as passive as it used to be. It's not just about watching a Holocaust movie or reading a book, and not that reading a book or watching a movie are terrible things, but this is more interactive. This is about people engaging with the Holocaust and posting their own content, posting their own stories, interviews, whatever they feel like, across all social media. And this helps spread the message worldwide. It brings in different audiences. It allows allows even Holocaust survivors to communicate with people that they wouldn't have been able to communicate with before. So interactivity,
especially young people who are less likely to read a book.
I think the reality is you have to get on board social media. Certainly traditional education of the Holocaust needs to happen, but you have to be part of that to actually transmit history in 2018. Just the reality.
Sure.
Maya Marghi, thanks very much for being with us and bringing us that story. That is it for us on the